Last night, at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, my brother and I, we went to war with the Charisma Code, a team that we respect. A team that we respect the hell out of, and we admire all their accomplishments throughout their career. A team that were just better than us on the night. A team that we couldn't beat. We have come to the realization that we have done everything there is to be done here in the WWE Tag Team Championship division. We've won the championship belts twice now. We've held the belts for over 7 months in total. What is there left? Who is there left for us to beat? Nobody. Seth and I have come to the realization that it is time for us to go our separate ways and challenge for singles championship gold in hopes that we can become the next big thing within this company. That's exactly right, Roman. Charisma Code, you may have beaten us last night, but we know that we can beat you if we wanted a rematch. But we have decided not to invoke our rematch clause for the WWE Tag Team Championship belts. Because Roman and I, we've done it all. Like Roman said, we beat all the guys there is to beat. But now we want to try something different. We want to try something new, just like our other brother, Dean Ambrose, has been trying to do. Now, he may not have had the success that we're trying to accomplish, but we know that Roman, Dean, and myself, we can all be champions in the future, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do. The Shield is not over. The Shield is not dead. One day we will reunite to become tag team champions one more time, but that time is not now. Believe that, and believe in the Shield. What the hell are you doing in here, Daniel? This is my office. You better have a damn good reason as to why you're sitting in my chair right now. Don't worry, Paul. I won't take up too much of your time. Last week on Raw, I beat Randy Orton one-on-one. So in my mind, that automatically makes me the new #1 contender now that your former client couldn't get it done last night. So I think it's only fair, Paul, that you give me the shot that I deserve for the WWE Championship. So what's it going to be? Are you going to give me the opportunity or not? Because I'm not leaving until you give me that shot. You want your shot, Daniel? Well, how about this? Tonight, if you can beat Alberto Del Rio, I will give you an opportunity for the WWE Championship at Payback if you can win another match next week against an opponent to be decided. So, get in the ring and show me what the hell you can do. Wow, have we just seen the official split of the former WWE Tag Team Champions of the Shield? They are no longer challenging for the Tag Team Championships. They're going to go in their singles ways. We know Ambrose has been split apart for quite some time, but these two guys were still together, teaming up. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the card. So we have Truth and Consequences taking on the Charisma Code, the new Tag Team Champions, the guys who beat the Shield. Paige with Oksana will take on Naomi with Cameron. I'm a little behind here. Triple threat match. So Seth Rollins is going to branch out in singles-wise today. He's going to face Ziggler and Cesaro. The Rhodes Brothers are going to face International Airstrike. Del Rio, as we heard earlier, will face Daniel Bryan. And Ryback is going to face Roman Reigns. So this is the situation. If Ryback beats Roman Reigns, then Ryback will face the winner out of Alberto Del Rio and Daniel Bryan, and vice versa. So Charisma Code, they beat Truth and Consequences. Naomi, the former Divas Champion, defeats Paige. Triple threat matchup. And we have Seth Rollins versus Ziggler versus Cesaro. Seth Rollins gets pinned in his first attempt at a singles career. Of course, we know Cesaro screwed Ziggler last night at Payback. At Extreme Rules. Ziggler is looking for his payback. So the Rhodes Brothers, they get a victory as well. And we're going to play Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan. So here we go. Alright, so I was a little behind through that, but we got there. So Ziggler and Cesaro and Seth Rollins, that's one of the key matchups this week. We saw at Extreme Rules, Cesaro did a quick count to pretty much screw Dolph Ziggler, and it was always his intentions from the get-go, as we saw through the match, that Cesaro was wanting to screw Ziggler. I don't know why, but maybe perhaps he was jealous. So, will we see Cesaro and Ziggler face off? I think we will. But Seth Rollins kind of inserted himself into that matchup tonight. He wants to make a singles career, so he's going to be trying to perhaps take on the US champion in the future, maybe. Where Roman Reigns, he's going to be facing Ryback. in the next matchup. And if Roman Reigns wins, he will face the winner of this match, and the winner of the match next week will be the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. So Paul Heyman is obviously looking for a replacement for his former client, Brock Lesnar. He's looking for a guy to face Randy Orton, and instead of handpicking somebody, he wants to pick the best of the best. Daniel Bryan last week defeated Randy Orton one-on-one. So obviously Daniel Bryan kind of feels as though he's worthy. He deserves an opportunity. So we saw earlier he just kind of sat in Paul Heyman's office and waited for Heyman to turn up and told him what he wanted, and Heyman gave it to him. But he's gonna have to win 2 matches to get there. So it's a hard fought situation right now for Daniel Bryan. But Daniel Bryan, he's got his work cut out for him here, taking on Alberto Del Rio, who in recent weeks hasn't looked the best, but he has participated mainly in triple threats and fatal 4-ways, and he's never really been pinned in any of those matches, I believe. So he's still getting there. He's not getting the victories, but he's still not suffering the losses either. So I guess he deserves to be in this situation. You could argue it, but he is here, and this is Paul Heyman's choice. Paul Heyman and Triple H working together to see who is going to be the next viable contender. So if you haven't already, I probably should have mentioned this one earlier, but if you haven't already, check out the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. I thought it was a pretty good show. It was a follow-up pay-per-view of WrestleMania, so it was a hard act to follow, in my opinion. I thought WrestleMania was great, but I thought Extreme Rules was just as good. Even though it was an hour shorter, it was still a very long pay-per-view. 2 hours is normally an hour longer than what I normally do. I normally aim for 1 hour, but I've added the 2 main event matches as epic matches, so they're immediately going to be longer. And the tag team match, Jesus Christ, was that long. So both of them were pretty long. Maybe the WWE Tag Team Championship match was pretty standard, but the first match, geez, it went on for like 30 minutes, and it was and hard to believe I actually cut out about 10 minutes of that match as well, I think. So it was a long match. So I tried to cut a little bit out because it's just so repetitive. So I did you guys a favor, I think. But I thought overall the show was good, and it was a good reception. The view count was a little low. I was probably hoping for a little higher in the views. But it's not about the views. It's all about if you guys enjoyed it. And over 350 likes. So that to me says, yeah, we enjoyed it. It was a good show. So I'm pretty happy with that. And not really any negative comments either. So that to me is a success. Thumbs up for Extreme Rules. Next pay-per-view. What is it going to be? Well, I asked you guys to vote on my website, BrendenPlayz.com. What is going to be the next pay-per-view? Well, it seems to me that I think we had nearly 200 votes. It is going to be Payback. So Payback is the next pay-per-view. I don't have any arenas or anything, or matchup screens or anything like that for it yet. So that's in the works. But Payback will be the next pay-per-view. I was hesitant to do Payback. I kind of wanted Over the Limit to win deep down inside. But, Payback makes more sense. It's more up-to-date with the real. But the only problem is I don't have the kind of real matchup screens and whatever. Just kind of a created arena. But it doesn't matter. I can use my really poor Photoshop skills to kind of muster up something instead. So we'll be okay, and I'm looking forward to it. I think Payback's going to be a good show, and we have the aftermath of the world title situation. Will Batista get an opportunity at the world title again at Payback? I would say so, but will we see The Undertaker or CM Punk get involved? Perhaps. What will happen with Brock Lesnar now over on SmackDown as well? Will Lesnar go after the championship belt? That'll be interesting to see. So that's immediately exciting to find out. Now we need to know who's going to face Randy Orton for the championship belt as well. So we will find out next week after Raw who exactly we're facing Randy Orton at Payback. So that's going to be exciting as well. And of course we have the aftermath of the Ziggler-Cesaro situation and Big E. And then we have new tag team champions, and the Shield no longer contesting for the tag team championship gold. So they won't be going after the Charisma Code. So we're going to have a new tag team emerging, and we're going to have a new tag team facing the Charisma Code for the championships. So we saw the Rhodes brothers get a victory earlier, so that could put them in the hunt, perhaps. So we might need another tag team or two to kind of form together and rise through the ranks here on Raw. We're kind of missing a big hole in the tag team division right now. Now the Shield is left. It's a big hole to fill. So I don't know, but it's looking good though. If you're a fan of the Shield, a lot of you guys have been asking for the Shield to kind of go their separate ways, and have an opportunity at the singles gold, and now, well, Seth Rollins didn't exactly have a good night earlier, but Roman Reigns may turn it around for the Shield later on against Ryback. So it's a good opportunity for the Shield, and Dean Ambrose has never really had much success, which was disappointing. We tried to give him as many chances as we could, and he got close, but never really kind of won the title. And hang on, look at Daniel Bryan. He's got Del Rio on the table. Is he going to fly? He flies! Elbow through the table, the announce table. And that could be it for Del Rio. That's a big, big maneuver, but Del Rio back to his feet. Daniel Bryan waiting for him. And oh, a belly-to-belly slam takes him down. So, big match for Roman Reigns next. Seth Rollins getting the loss, but triple threat match, you know, we'll see how he goes in a one-on-one environment. But hang on, Daniel Bryan with the yes lock outside the ring, really ineffective, kind of wasting his opportunity to do that. We should have tried to do it in the ring. A referee up to a 5 count. Both men need to try and get back in the ring. Daniel Bryan is in. 6 count. Del Rio's got to get to his feet here. Daniel Bryan's feeling pretty good about himself. Del Rio, what's he doing? 7 count. He's dancing around. He finds his way back in the ring. Thank God. We don't want to know one of those. We don't want another Santino versus R-Truth situation. Remember back in SummerSlam last year, where you guys kind of like voted it as like the funniest or the stupidest moment in WWE Universe Mode history, where Santino versus R-Truth, right, for the United States Championship. R-Truth's outside the ring. R-Truth is the champion. Santino's the contender. So he just lets R-Truth get counted out. Like, R-Truth was laying on the ground for like 5-6 seconds, and Santino just stood in the middle of the ring, just looking at R-Truth, waiting for him to come back in, and he never did anything about it. Just let R-Truth get counted out, and that was his title shot, down the drain. I don't think he ever got another title shot after that, so it was pretty funny, but thank God that didn't happen right here. So Del Rio and Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan takes down Del Rio with a little kick to the head. Here we go with the cover. 1, 2... Ooh, I was going to say 3, but he just got the shoulders up with a kick out. And Daniel Bryan with 2 drop kicks taking down. Will he go for a third? No. Side headlock. And looks like a side suplex takes down Del Rio. So, on the Raw side of things, it's looking very, very interesting for Payback. So, stay tuned. If you're a new viewer to the series, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. And Payback is going to be just as good as Extreme Rules, I hope, and just as good as WrestleMania, in my opinion. So, you know, I know this is kind of like the downtime in WWE 2k14. Here we go with the cover, 2. So it's kind of like the downtime where you've kind of seen everything there is to see on Universe Mode. But I really appreciate you guys still sticking around and watching the videos. I nearly at 10,000 subscribers, which was pretty awesome. So I will be doing a 10,000 subscriber special if I ever get there. So stay tuned for that. A lot of you guys probably won't be very interested in it, but myself personally, it's an interesting topic that I want to talk about. So I'm not going to reveal what it is. You guys will find out when I hit the 10,000. As Del Rio's got a Donald stretch. We've seen guys tap out to this one before. But Bryan, no, counters. Arm drag, takes down Alberto Del Rio. That might be enough to put him away. 2. No, a kick out at 2. And Daniel Bryan, what's he going to try and attempt here? Hang on. Oh! Here we go. He's tapping. He is tapping. The submission hold is enough. And that's enough to... I think it's a Cobra Clutch. I'm a bit shaky, like a bit hazy with my moves. But Daniel Bryan has progressed. It's not really a tournament, but he will be facing the winner of Ryback and Roman Reigns next week for an opportunity to face Randy Orton at Payback. Will Daniel Bryan face Randy Orton at Payback, and will we see Daniel Bryan as our next WWE Champion? We'll find out next week, but Daniel Bryan doing himself all the good favors here tonight by beating Del Rio, gaining the momentum he needs. He's got a couple of big victories in recent weeks. Will Daniel Bryan finally get his title shot? And here we go. Oh, handshake. And up, Del Rio, he's fuming. Del Rio's pissed off. He's not happy. And rightfully so. He just lost his opportunity at the WWE Championship. And he probably won't ever get one of them again. But here comes Ryback. He is one guy who knows how to win championship belts. And of course, he won the World Heavyweight Championship a long time ago at Hell in a Cell and held it all the way up until WrestleMania. He's now come over to Raw. He's looking to make an impact. He's looking to be the WWE Champion for the first time here in Universe Mode. So, will Ryback be our next champion? He's going to have to beat a guy that he hasn't probably faced in a singles match here on Universe Mode, and that is Roman Reigns. So that'll be interesting to see how that all kind of pans out. And you guys always say, why does Ryback look so skinny? It's because the downloaded attire that I got for him, the guy who made the attire, made Ryback really skinny. So I try to fix it a little bit, but I don't know. I don't really mess with it. Otherwise, I'll make it look stupid. So that's why Ryback is skinny, and that's why some other guys are skinny when I put new attires on them, because the person I downloaded off, the game doesn't kind of match their size when you try to make a replica of them. It doesn't match their actual size. It does a fairly decent job, but not really that good. But there's Roman Reigns. So this is his first singles match, potentially granting him an opportunity at a singles championship. So here we go. Ryback takes him down. I don't think we've ever actually really seen Roman Reigns have a singles match at all here in Universe Mode. Maybe right at the beginning of Universe Mode, but not for a while. Uh-oh. Well, here comes Kane. What's Kane? What the hell's Kane doing here? And oh, he texts Ryback. Well, maybe sending a statement to Randy Orton or Roman Reigns. I don't know. I think probably Kane deserves to be in this contendership opportunity. Probably more so than Del Rio when you think about it. So maybe Kane's a little pissed off that he's not getting the match. I don't know why he's really taking it out on Ryback or perhaps Roman Reigns as well, but very interesting there from Kane. And I don't know why the referee didn't disqualify him either. He just blatantly came in, attacked Ryback, and the referee had already called the match to begin, and he was looking at it directly. So he's like, oh, one of the guys in the ring is getting attacked. No, I won't ring the bell. It's fine. Yeah, WWE logic. But who knows? So Ryback versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, former tag team champion. Will he finally win singles gold here in Universe Mode? I don't know, man. It's an interesting one, but it could happen. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it all pans out. And Ryback and Reigns neck and neck right now as Reigns takes down Ryback for the forearm. Tried to follow with an elbow, he missed, and now he's pounding away with those right hands right to the forehead of Ryback. So Ryback, I guess his former moniker was King of SmackDown. Will he be the new King of Raw? He's going to have to dethrone Randy Orton, because Randy Orton's occupying that spot as a huge Samoan drop from Roman Reigns. So Ryback, since coming to Raw, has been very, very lackluster. I mean, what has Ryback really done? Nothing. He's just lost matches. So Ryback's really on a downward kind of spiral right now. Really needs to kind of turn it around. Ever since he's left SmackDown, he's left his yard, left his home. He's feeling a little homesick here on Monday Night Raw. He's not kind of winning anymore. So can he all turn it around here with a victory over Roman Reigns? Perhaps he can. He's going to have to if he wants to be WWE Champion. And we know he's kind of done a bit of work for the Authority in the past. So maybe the Authority are testing Ryback out right now. You probably would have thought Ryback would be their first choice as a contender for Randy Orton's championship, instead of the likes of Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns, for example. But maybe Ryback's just being tested here by the Authority, because obviously Ryback's lost a couple matches in recent weeks, and he has faced Randy Orton in recent times as well without luck. So perhaps the Triple H and Paul Heyman are just kind of assessing Ryback right now, see if he can get a couple of big victories, earn his way to the title opportunity. Not give it to him, just let him earn it, which I think is a better way to go about it. Because even if if you pick Ryback and he fails for you, a guy who's been on a losing streak and he fails for you, then that's another wasted opportunity. And here's a big bear hug here from Ryback on Roman Reigns. The power of Ryback, but we know the power of Roman Reigns as well. But it's not going to be enough to put Reigns away. So I don't think the Authority will really mind Daniel Bryan facing Randy Orton, because they know Daniel Bryan can beat Randy Orton. They've seen it before, And the Authority doesn't probably really care who's the champion right now, as long as it's not Randy Orton. And Randy Orton's kind of sole purpose right now is to keep this championship around his waist and make sure the Authority does not hold it, and to try and put the Authority away for good. So Randy Orton will be determined to stay alive and win this one, whereas Daniel Bryan, he just wants to be champion. Ryback wants to be champion, but Daniel Bryan, I think, wants it a little bit more than a Ryback, and Roman Reigns as well. He's got a lot to prove. So the winner of this one, no matter what, I think will be a good asset for the Authority. As Ryback, he's feeling hungry. Are we going to see it? He's got him up. Are we going to see some shell shock? He's dancing around the ring. Oh, shell shocked. Roman Reigns has been shell shocked. Welcome to singles division. Ryback gets the victory, a much needed one, a 3 count, and he will face Daniel Bryan next week on Raw. The winner will face Randy Orton at Payback. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Ryback has turned it all around. He needed that victory to kind of keep his career alive here on Raw. Big victory for Ryback. Unfortunately for Roman Reigns, I guess you could say his singles debut has not been a good one. He and Seth Rollins not having a good night. Maybe they should have stayed together as a tag team. And, what the... That's Chris Jericho. What the hell, Jericho? What is everyone doing here? Like, just random people showing up here on Raw. I don't know. Maybe he wants to kind of send a message to Reigns telling him not to come after his tag titles again. Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please leave a like on the video and subscribe for a lot more in the future. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you very soon.